What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out. This is my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, horns. So, it seems that your boy Rich at Review Tech USA has gotten into the, I don't know, influencer circle headlines, I guess. He's been the topic of much videos because he sided with the potato comment developer. Technically, he is a developer. Now, okay, so the story is an artist from, I guess, WB was commenting on how the Xbox Series S is a potato, and that's why Gotham Knights came out the way it did. Blah, 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 right? We all know why. We'll go into that too. But the point is that Rich took his side. And I've heard a lot of YouTubers say that the fact that he's an artist means he's not a dev. And I would have to disagree because we have an artist on our team. Obviously, he's the artist and he is the main story guy. He graduated. He was promoted, if you will. And he's great. Awesome. So he's the artist, animator, everything graphical. For like 99.9% of it, well, him and Rafa, but it's him. He makes the art and makes it work and stuff. And him, in coordination with the programmer, make the things work because we use Spine, and Spine requires rigging and it requires a lot of code. So I would disagree with the YouTubers that say that, oh, he's not a coder, he's not a programmer, so he's not a dev or whatever. He can't, he has no opinion. I would disagree a lot. I would disagree wholeheartedly with that comment and that notion. Him being an artist, he knows that, hey, if I draw something with 4K, resolution, then I know that this amount of memory will be taken up, right? And the whole argument that the devs were talking about was that there was not enough memory. So he would be the one that would be specifically qualified to complain about that because the art and the sound, but the art more so, no, that's not true, sound takes more than art, but art takes up a lot of memory, and memory allocation and data streaming and all those things are important when it comes to, your artist saying, well, okay, I have an artist, and they're gonna do 4K or they're gonna do 1080p assets. How do you set the resolution for certain elements, right? How do you? We're talking about 2D versus 3D as well. So if it's 3D, then it's overall resolution, but also when it's 3D, you have to account for polygons. The more polygons you have, the more memory it will take. So I disagree with the YouTubers that are ridiculing this artist for saying that, oh, he's not a dev, so you don't know what he's talking about, blah, blah, blah. And then they go on to say that they know what they're talking about, and they say, blah, 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 just lower the resolution or whatever, And, some people have said the right things as far as how to solve the Gotham Knights situation. But anyway, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Rich. So Rich sided with the dev, right? And I would say that him siding with the dev is fine. He can do that. That's his prerogative. But totally agreeing with him, how he said it and what he said, I don't agree with what the dev said, what the artist said. He may be right in that, okay, so he's not right. The artist is wrong because the fact that the Xbox Series S is a different SKU. It's a different machine. It's a lower powered machine than the Xbox Series X, right? So that is equal to, greater than or equal. I went through this in my other video a little bit about the money, right? But it's just another SKU. It's actually better than PC because PC is like 1650 is the lowest, 3090 is the highest. They're probably not making any 4090 games yet, but whatever. So you make a 1650, then you make, what do you make, a 3050 or a 2080, and then you make a 3090? I don't know, how do they do it on PC, right? So they have to make multiple asset passes, all these multiple things on PC compared to console, which is two things. It's three really. Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, PlayStation 5. And so this artist coming out and complaining, oh, this potato's holding back the generation. First of all, BS. PlayStation 4 is holding back the generation. Just look at God of War. That's a PlayStation 4 game. And that's a shame, you know. We believe in generations. They still believe in the last generation because they sold more consoles. See, that's how that works. But the artist was and you know, of course the fallout came because if he was justified and if he was right, then there would be no fallout. His tweets would still be up, right? It would still be like, yeah, whatever, it's true. Everybody knows it's true. So yeah, everybody be like, yeah, he's right. But he was wrong because people aren't as dumb as they think they are. These devs and Sony particularly think people are stupid. Now, there are some dumb ponies out there. They'll just buy anything and take anything that Sony says as truth and gospel, whatever. But most of us are not that dumb. And so when you say bold-faced lies to our faces, we're going to be like, yeah, that's some bullshit. Try again, Jim. Please, stop telling me tales. Tell me the truth. Like, why did you have to raise the prices of your console? And they're like, oh, because the global situation, the markets are no, because you wanted more money. Say that. Say the truth and don't use these other things as an excuse. You're a multi-billion-dollar company, 80-something billion dollars. You can afford to lose a couple bucks in order to get, and the thing about that is the notion that consoles are lost leaders it still holds weight. It still is the truth. Phil Spencer said it in an interview this week or something. He said, yeah, we don't make anything on the consoles. It's a lost leader. We do it to get game sales or to get Gamepass subscriptions. It's still the same. That part of the market is still the same. The fact that Microsoft figured out a way to entice people to buy more consoles rather than just like, oh, we got good games, buy the console to play the games. We got Game Pass, buy the console, get Game Pass. That's smart business. Sony is lacking in their macking, whatever. So, but anyway, back to Rich. So Rich went full in on saying, oh, the Series S is a potato, blah, 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 blah. And he's straight up wrong. And I was watching last night or whatever, the night before, and Fataga, whatever, he had hours and hours. He was talking about him so much he got bored and started playing the guitar. I was like, wow, he's a pretty good guitar player. Singer, guitar player. So I'm like, Rich is getting it now. But I mean, is it good for him? Is it gonna? I guess it's a positive and a negative. Any attention is good attention. He has enough followers and stuff, so it's not like he's. I mean, I'm sure he could use more in his mind, but you know, if I got negative press like that, I mean, it would kind of suck because I don't want to be known to be a dummy. Even though I fully admit that I am an idiot at times. Most of the time, sure, I'm a human, so I have to be an idiot. You know, that's how it goes, really. But I wouldn't want to be known for that, like DTP, whatever that dude's name is, over there begging for money and stuff. I will say this now. I'll probably go up back on it, but I'm gonna say this now. I will not beg for subs or anything. Look, if I'm good enough, you guys like me, then you sub, sure. If you don't like me, sub still. I just did it. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's not that serious. You know, I got a 9-to-5. I'm scraping by. It's okay. You know, I'm able-bodied, so if I need to, I get another job. You know what I mean? That's how the world is. You know, if you got to work 2-3 jobs, mine got to go to work, then you do it because you know you can. So that's my mind state. And I do the videos because it's fun, and I like talking to you guys. I like talking about video games. Video games is fun. Video games is life. In essence, it's part of life. It's part of the things that make life happy and worth it, right? And it's fun. And why, you know, I think this console war stuff, which is decades old, since the inception of video games, it's been happening. But I think it is part of it, and it can be toxic at times, which I wish it wouldn't be that way that much. I wish it would be more like brotherly love, where you go and you know how you crack on your friends, you crack on your brothers or whatever, it's this, but it's all love. You know what I'm saying? It's not serious. It's just we're just teasing, blah blah blah, right? I wish it was more like that. And maybe there's a lot of male Karens out there that get their feelings hurt and stuff. You know I've been I've succumbed to something like that probably in the past. You know, something goes down and I'm not feeling a certain way. You be like, rah, rah, rah. If you're in a bad mood and you try to go tweet something, your tweets are gonna be weird. I'll tell you that right now. If I'm in a bad mood and I try to do this video, oh boy, I tell you what, it's gonna be horrible, or it'd be different. Anyway, Rich, tangent. Rich, you know, he kind of, I don't know. I think he might have done it on purpose. Just to get some traction, just to get some attention, you know, with his name in the headlines and stuff. And that's a smart move, so I wouldn't put it past him. But you know, there was wrongness on a couple of things. The dev was wrong. The artist dev was wrong. A, Rich was wrong. B, Series S is not a potato. It's faster than the PS5. Let's go. Hello. I mean PS4. Excuse me. There's many things. And as a supplemental to that, Colin Moriarty said something back in the day, and he said that pertaining to Game Pass, and he said if Game Pass was profitable, Phil Spencer would say it, right? That's what he said. This week, in that same interview I had mentioned just a few minutes ago, the other minute, Phil Spencer said Game Pass is profitable. Now, I haven't seen the actual podcast where he says it, but I heard a podcast that said something about it, a video, and he said that he's kind of going back on his word. Kind of think he's lying. That is Colin Moriarty, about Phil Spencer saying he's lying or whatever. I have to do more research, and maybe I'll get back to that, maybe, but you know, it was just a quick little bloop because I wasn't too sure about that. And you know, I know Colin's he's a pony. Let's just be real. He's a very intelligent pony. He's king pony, if you will. But you know, I wish that he would be a little more less, not salacious, but you know, he's so smart that he plays the game a little too well. And I just wish that he would be smart and genuine and not as theatrical. That's it. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Is Rich out of his mind? Is he doing it on purpose just to get some views or to get himself, you know, in the zeitgeist? Do you think the artist was right? Do you think the S is a potato? Or are the devs just not getting that money, like I was saying in the last video? They're not getting that money to do it, or they're just complaining just to complain or whatever, or they're biased and they, you know, they're ponies and they just have a slip up one day, you know, maybe he had a bad day, maybe that person had a bad day and they blah blah blah, you know, who knows. And is Colin Moriarty, I can't even say his name, is Sherlock Holmes's nemesis, is he out of his mind as well? Him and Rich, out of his mind in the tree. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Hit me up in the comments. You know, I read them all. Check. And I'll see y'all on the next one.